What is the nature of a man? That is the question. I think that's the very thing I started with at the very start of all my video series. But what is a man? Man is power. But what is power? Is power his might, his physical strength? Well, you'd like to think that, but not all men are made equal. And then your physical strength wanes as you grow older. Your so-called intellectualism. Intellectualism is bound to a certain kind of social class of brain. Some men are not intellectuals. Does that make them stupid? Some of my favorite people on earth are not intellectuals and they're smart as fuck. They're the smartest people ever. They're not intellectuals. In fact, intellectuals are anal for the most part and they're dumb as fuck. So, it's a facade. Like big muscles can be a facade. So you mean to say that what defines a man is simply strength or so-called intellect? Well, that's the issue. That's the issue. Man has no idea what it is to be a man. And therein lies another confusion. So you don't know what it is to be a man, so you're easily manipulated to become whatever she wants you to be as a man. And then fight with other men to prove who's the topper man, but you don't know what it is to be a man. In the meantime, you don't actually have power. And we've spoken about this before. Yeah, but what is power? Money? How could money be power? It's not yours. First of all, it's not real. Second of all, it's not yours. Third of all, it can be taken away. So that means you have no power unless the system gives it to you. So that means you don't have any power. Listen, some people think they own a house. How could you own a house? You're an idiot if you think you own the house. Because if you don't pay the taxes, they take away the house. So it's not your house. So if the system gives you power and can remove it, then that's not power. The definition of power means it's mine. That's the definition of power. If it's not yours, it's not power. Do we understand each other? That's power. It's mine. You cannot be removed. So social power is not power. I'm not saying you should discard them, saying that's not real. It's not genuine power. So then what is a man? We know that all men seek for power. Everybody seeks for power, but men seek for power directly. Yeah, of course, because something in the nature of man seeks for himself. And he's looking at it, he's looking for it through what he knows. At the surface, well, I'm strong, I should be stronger. Well, I'm intelligent, I could hustle people and take more money from them. I'm more intellectual, I can create fancy solutions to show people I'm smarter than everybody else. Or I'm handsome, I can fuck the prettiest girls. And that's the extent of man's world. It's the surface. Now, I'm not denying this. I'm just saying that's all you are, a surface dweller. But the surface represents like less than 1% of reality. Don't you understand? Even quantum physics understands this, and I loathe quantum physics. Any person who understands anything is like, this is the surface of reality. So man who seeks power has isolated himself or squeezed himself at the surface of reality, thinking he achieves power and thinking you will impress the mistress of the night who cheated on your ass with a serpent. And now we don't know who the serpent is and what the serpent represents. It's not the point. But the point is, she cheated on your ass with him. And you think you can impress her with your muscles. He doesn't even have muscles. He's a serpent. He doesn't even have a cock. He's a serpent. I'm not sure if serpents have cocks. I'll retract that one. Withdrawn. But do you see what I'm trying to say? So this is the joke. So it's not, I don't want to remove the coolness of achievements of the surface. I'm like, but this is the crust of reality. And you as a man, as a cosmic fucking being, identify yourself to that surface. That's all you are. Fake money, muscles that last for a couple of minutes, youth that is waning, and intelligence that, well, I'm intelligent, I know how to build rocket ships, or I know how to solve problems. It's great. But that's it, that's what you are. But what is the woman really looking for in a man? Everybody knows this. She's looking for power. She's not looking for your intelligence. She doesn't care that you're intelligent. She doesn't give a fuck. She's interested in your power. She doesn't care about your money. She's interested in your power. She doesn't care about your strength. She's interested in your power. She doesn't care about your affluence and social status. She cares about your power. At the end of the day, the only thing she cares about is your power, because she wants to take that power and put it in her so that she can weave whatever she's going to weave. So what she wants is power. You as a man pride yourself in my intelligence, my intellect. She doesn't care. She wants power. You as a man, we as men think I'm beautiful. She doesn't care. She doesn't give a fuck about those things. What she cares about is the power. But the power that you think you have is fleeting, short-lived, or non-existent. It's an illusion. But you don't want to think about that because that makes you uncomfortable, because that confronts you with the fact that you don't know about 99% of reality. You don't like that. So you go squeeze yourself at the surface and saying, well, I don't have time for this kind of bullshit talk because I got to survive. We don't have time to talk like this. We got to go hunt and get food. You're a wussy. You're a beta male cocksucker. Perhaps. It's not the point. Even if I am a beta male cocksucker, whatever you say, what does it change? I'm still bringing up something, and at some point you're going to have the courage to address it. What she's looking for is power. So, where are you going to get the power from? So we've discussed this before. So the society that rents you power, in return for renting your power, you have to slut yourself. You have to slave yourself to it. You're already a slave, but you have to slave yourself even more. So it gives you that feeling. No, but I have like brute strength. And what you going to do with that? I don't understand. That's going to satisfy a woman? Big muscles is a symbol of power. It's just a symbol. Anybody can go to the gym, flex their muscles with their weights, and have so-called big muscles. That doesn't make them powerful. In fact, let me tell you a story. I knew a dude, he was a NHL player, but not in the NHL. So the guys that are trying to make it into the NHL, but are like flirting with the league, he was at that level of league. So you imagine the kind of thighs that this fucker had. He's a hockey player. And the dude came and we worked together. He's a good dude, God bless his soul. And anyways, at some point as he started to decompensate the facade, because his persona of a hockey player is a persona, held up with right? As that persona started to deflate, at some point he screamed, he's like, I don't have any legs! I don't have any legs! Where are my legs? And I laughed at the dude. I said, isn't that weird, dude? You're like the super hockey player. You know his thighs are like this? Right? Like, right? Like he chokes you, you're gonna die. Each thigh is like a thing. This is a hockey player, NHL caliber kind of hockey player. When his persona, that means the outside appearance, deflated, there was no strength. The nervous system was weak. But this is something your average person doesn't understand because you don't understand how the body works. You don't understand these things. It sounds a little weird for you. It's not because you go to the gym and build a persona on top of yourself that you're strong and you have access to power. The persona may look powerful. And to a certain extent, the persona may be powerful only at the surface. But beneath, the nervous system is weak. It's built on weakness. Have you ever bought a pear? Sometimes we buy these fucking pears. I don't buy them anymore. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The fucking pear, you look at it, man, it's like, nice, they got them pears at the store. They're like, look, I'm just like, man, it's going to be a juicy pear. It's going to be a moment. It's like, it's going to be a good pear, right? You take it, it looks all pretty, and you put them in a little bag, and you go home. And you take a bite. That's the worst pear ever, man. It's like pasty and rotten at the fucking core. Yeah, but the pear looked like fucking awesome from the surface. It looked like the best pear you will ever have. Like, it's your moment. That's what I'm saying. At the surface, things can appear like something. But at the core, it's rotten. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So at the surface, I can build a persona. My nervous system is able to create stratas, levels, and we can build a facade, and the facade can appear like something, but its foundation is weak. But you can fool everybody. I lived it myself. I was a super bodybuilder when I was 18, 19. I told you before, I could bench press 3 fucking plates. That's about 300 pounds, like a champion, 8 times easy. No problem. I was built like an ox. And inside, I was weak as fuck. Yeah, but on the outside, my physique was like astonishing. And you could impress these silly ass girls who don't know fuck all, who are just infatuated with ideas and symbols and pictures. But internally, there was no power. So I'm telling you, I've lived it myself. I know exactly what it is to be like that, that thing. And I'm not saying to discard, I'm saying that's not power. That's a form, it represents, once upon a time when your inner nervous system was actually strong and your constitution was to work in a field, then you had the physique that followed that inner strength. And it's a symbol, that's what I mean, it's a symbol. Nowadays, people are rotten from the inside and build the outside so it looks powerful. That's what the so-called intellectual is. He's supposed to be intelligent, but from the inside he's rotten. He doesn't have a sense of self or where he is. He has no inner compass. So what does he do? He builds an intellect and all of these concepts that seem like he's intelligent and seems like he's able to resolve problems, but he can't even find his way through 1 + 1 = 2. Because intelligence is a symptom of inner power. Real intelligence, the capacity to discern, in other words, to discern what's even worth learning or not learning, etc., etc. So all of this to say, women are not interested in men. They're not interested in your intelligence. They're not interested in your beauty. They don't give a fuck about that. They're interested in your power. And these, whether it's finances, affluence, beauty, strength, and all this, are supposed to be symbols, representative, external barometers of inner power. But she's a little confused, let's say. Or maybe she's not. Maybe she just wants to use you because she doesn't need your power because she has access to Serpent Boy who gives her the power. Let's not go there. So she's just trying to take from you whatever you have. Now I'm bringing in another thread. I don't want to go there. These are supposed to be symbols of power. But she doesn't care about those things. She cares about the power. But then how do you say that this is power when it's short-lived, it doesn't last, and it's not yours? Well, it's mine, it's my physique. I'm like, well, no. For now, it's gone. So much for power. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's besides the fact that it can be just the surface of the nervous system and it's an external persona, which is just another facade while it's rotten at the core. So what is power? So if we say that man is supposed to be equal to power, therefore what is power and where does man access that power? Really, something that is his. It's his inherent gift. Well, we've spoken about this before, but I'm laying it down all the more clear today. So it's 100% clear, there's no doubt. But what does that mean? Well, that means you need to let go of the facade, let go of your 1%, surface is the surface is the surface. Huh? The kernel, is that correct? That's the kernel of the fruit. And you're like, this is the kernel. And you got to go towards the nucleus. How do you call this in a fruit? The seed. You have to, from the kernel, you got to go through towards the seed. Toward the seed of man, which means the seed of power. Yeah, but when I speak like this, some of you cats think it's weird. It ain't fucking weird. You're shallow. And you're happy at the surface with your Barbies. That's it. Enjoy. No problem. But there's more to life than this. You should know this. I know you know this. You're just scared of it. And if you can at least acknowledge this with yourself, you've already taken a step forward. Again, women are interested in power. They don't give a fuck about you. And neither should they. And as a man, you should be in tune with power. But the power that you have must be greater than the serpent's power. Should I go there? The power that you possess should be greater than the serpent's power. But when you live at the crust of reality and you pretend that the nucleus or the seed isn't there and you don't have access to it, you're living in the serpent's world, which has been constructed by she, and you the slave. That's all I'm going to say for today about this. Thanks for joining in. This is my second outro of the day. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.